Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos.
But Carol, like the first time I watched her talk on that show, she gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, see, Carol does not surprise me. She seems just like your run-of-the-mill crazy cat lady.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I expect this from her. Like, cool. Seen you before. No, you know who really freaks me out?
Huh.
Carol's current husband. Like, when he talks about the legal stuff and like what they're doing to fight back and how they're gonna like take everybody's money, he has there's like a light in his eyes, like an evil like joy that like he's getting way too much enjoyment out of it.
Well, you gotta figure.
The way I describe it is Joe is crazy. Like Joe is like normal crazy.
Nah, yeah, he's normal. Honestly, he's your normal everyday redneck. Like,
yeah, he's like regular white person crazy.
Yeah.
Doc Antle is like an alien who crashed last week on Earth and like knows the language but doesn't know how to utilize it.
So he just uses his mind powers to seduce
I don't know.
everybody.
Doc Antle's real smart.
Yeah.
He is real smart, but
charismatic.
He's charismatic, but in that weird like he doesn't really seem to like understand people.
He lives in his own world.
I think you're looking for narcissist and or serial killer mentality.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
very much.
So when I hear Carol talk, she's like an alien who's been here for years, and like she's realized like the nuances of like a person, but doesn't understand them or why they're there. But she knows them.
Yeah.
And then the guy she was talking about with the affliction shirts is just a douchebag.
Yeah, he is. Like, he needs to go to jail. Like, I don't understand why that guy is like.
I totally don't think that like what they put him Joe was actually like guilty of like trying to hire a hitman. I'm sure he's done other illegal things and like that have been explained during the course of the show, but it's been so long. But I think the one thing like that like he was the one who hired him is so fucking like it seems like such a setup to me.
Yeah, that's basically what they go through in the second season. They're like, this cast of characters is real suspicious.
Yeah.
Anyway, I found it intriguing. It's been a highlight of the last 4 days of my life.
There you go. I've been
just thought I'd bring back old memories for you guys.
That was appreciated. I didn't watch too far into it, like I said, because I got to that point in that guy, and I was just like, wait, what?
As much as he's like he's only in there to like divulge how like fucking crazy the world they're living in is.
Yeah,
but I guess in the second season, so I haven't gotten there, I've only watched like 3 episodes of the second season, they like go into his compound. They like do a deeper dive into it. I'm excited to see that.
I think
he's fucking him, and the people he's with are fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think
of everybody, Doc Antle's definitely like the creepiest.
I think that's the part that I got to then that you're talking about there, because I was learning about stuff like that, and I'm like, how is he not in jail? Like,
yeah,
because
nobody sued him yet.
Carol's the creepiest in my opinion. She
really,
yeah, she gives me all the like. Bleh.
I do think Carol is responsible because like she just basically like goads people on the internet. She is like an internet troll.
Oh, yeah.
Like she could have easily avoided all of this if she would have just been like, hey Joe, let's talk. Like, let's have a beer and talk about all this craziness. Like, you're really hurting cats. I really care about cats. Can we figure this out? Instead, she's like, I'm going to use my website online and I'm going to put pictures up about you. And I'm going to like, I'm not going to confront you directly. She does what every crazy lady does. And she's like, I'm not going to confront you directly. I'm going to like, do it in a passive aggressively. Carol is a passive aggressive person. That pisses me off.
She seems like Doc Antle like is manipulative, but like he seems so fake to me, at least. Like it's like, yeah, you're clearly lying. Carol does it like there's that one interaction with like one of her volunteers where she's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen you around." Ha 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 ha. It takes like 3 years before I realize what their actual names is. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, that whole just interaction you just had, just no, it's red lights. Red lights go off in my brain every time she speaks.
I mean, that's probably safe. I don't think she's safe for men. I don't think men should be around her.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe that's the difference. Maybe Doc Antle and Carol Baskin are just like the anti of each other.
Yeah, like no women should ever be around Doc Antle, and no men should ever be around Carol Baskin. Maybe they're perfect for each other. Maybe that's what would come out of this.
Or they just kill each other, but
I mean, either scenario isn't necessarily a loss.
To be fair, I would say the second option is a net positive for humanity.
Are we still missing people?
Oh yeah.
See, if you told me Doc Antle hired a hitman from a guy he just met in a business like relationship that seemed to be a drug addict, I would totally believe that.
Yeah, not Joe.
Not that Joe's
too many
smart.
people.
He's just not that stupid.
Well, I just have too many people in my life that are like Joe, that like they're all talk and they don't actually do anything. Like, yeah, they'll stand around and shoot mattresses with their guns all day, but they're not going to shoot you. Like, they're crazy. They're not that crazy.
Hey.
It's weird. Like now that I think about it, it's weird that like Carol went after Joe and not Doc Antle, because like.
I think she went after all of them.
Yeah, but like it's weird that like Joe and her are like the ones that like got into like the big argument. Or, like,
yeah.
Because Doc Antle is so much more successful than Joe was.
Yep. Maybe even Carol was like, I'm not gonna fuck with that. That's
It's a legitimately run operation compared to our shit shows.
Yeah.
Bree asked, I don't know, you guys probably haven't seen it because don't get notifications on stuff like it as quick as I do for the Rum Propelled Instagram, but her new drink that she'd posted there, she'd called the Drunken Grasshopper and asked if we'd come up with a better name for it potentially. If she just kind of like threw in it. If you look at it, it kind of is I'm guessing it's kind of like a grasshopper, but stronger.
So like mint and chocolate?
Yeah. There's chocolate shavings on top, and there's like a little mountain of whipped cream.
Sounds like something a bard would drink.
Oh, dude, I completely forgot about the guy who's like in a cartel.
Yeah, he was my favorite. The guy in Florida.
He seems the most normal. Like the guy in the cartel who has been like in prison for murdering people is like the most normal person.
Yeah, and he was like, they said I cut him up into pieces. I mean, I was there, but did I do it? No. I was just like you.
He says it like that, and you're like, yeah.
Oh.
The only one that has like an actual like legitimate criminal record is like the most.
Yeah,
accurate.
And the guy that has done arguably the least is the guy that's in jail, which I just think is hilarious. But, so Josh, I never get on Instagram and I will never comment on her picture. But if you decide to comment with the name, I would, my vote for Bard.
What happened?
That cut out at an unfortunate time.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, I got a phone call. Bard's Inspiration is what I would suggest as the name.
Bard's Inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I didn't know if that was you or my cat that cut out too, because Demi just decided to like springboard over my my keyboard and step on a couple keys, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, no, that was on me.
Okay.
I got a phone call from people wanting my blood.
Oh.
Dude, the Red Cross is damn, like, persistent.
I'm glad it's the Red Cross and not vampires.
I mean, they might as well be vampires. Like, I swear, they call me multiple times a week. Like, come give blood. We need your blood. Babies need your blood.
The way you phrased it, I was like, people just call me about wanting my blood all the time. I'm like, is it strange that we live in a world where that's like a normalized, like...
I think so.
thing?
We have so much extra. Why not? You can have some of my blood. I don't care.
I mean, you can give blood 4 times a year if you want. You can save up to 3 lives with each donation.
No.
They need blood. They're at a severe shortage right now.
I think you're misinformed. Unless maybe
Nope.
it's just specifically your area. 4 times? I was doing it like 3 times a month.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, maybe your people are less...
left.
Wow.
He's just a skin. He's a husk.
Maybe I might be misinformed. I would, like...
I feel like
I think you have to wait at least 2 or 3 months. 2.5, maybe?
I'm pretty
I think
sure
that's
it's
like
only like a week.
a person...
Wait, are they just taking, is it whole blood, or are you doing, like, blood, like, red blood cells, or platelets, or doing that thing where they, like, hook you up on 2 sides and put some of it back into you?
Yeah, that's plasma.
Oh,
And
okay,
that's
yeah,
what
that's different.
I was doing that for a while, because I
Gotcha.
didn't have a job, and I was looking for a job right out of
Hey, you're not
college.
the only person I
Right.
know that's donated blood for money. Or sold blood.
I just have this idea that you were looking for a job, like, as, like, a bartender in, like, a vampire's world or something.
That would be a fun story.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Why not? Like, you know, if you have assets, you might as well use them.
Some of the employees are just there to get, like, donate blood.
All right, are we still missing people?
Yes.
I just don't want to keep rambling if we should be beginning.
No.
Okay.
I'll let you know. No worries.
I want to play in a world that is run by a vampire king who is like a good guy and like paying people for their blood.
But secretly just harvesting it?
Yeah.
Vampire with a conscience?
hmm
Running today.
We've got a late Meryl, and I think, yeah, Flint and Ash have both said that they'll be here, so we're waiting on 3 more. So that'd be a total of 5 y'all, including my and 6 including myself. Still got a hefty thing. I was still thinking about some of these other folks that aren't going to be here. Looks like Ainz is over there. Griselda's there.
I'm gonna forget. So we're still in this guy's lab, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
But
so last that I remember, he woke up and he's talking to us, right? And we're like no longer falling prey to his booby traps.
He just started befriending you guys at the same time as a book was trying to eat the owl. Yes.
Right. And we freed the owl.
Mm-hmm.
But the owl didn't survive?
The owl survived
Okay.
after a couple retries.
Yeah. Because I'm still holding the book, right? Or no, the book got torn in half.
Yep, and flung
And
across
it's
into
gone.
the fire.
Yeah.
And is burning in the
Good.
corner of the room.
Hagrid's got to be here somewhere.
Hagrid?
Yeah,
What's
he's the one that gave everybody the book that wanted to bite you.
Oh.
Do you recall?
Yeah, I didn't know it. I thought that might have been what you were referencing, but I wasn't entirely sure because I didn't remember the part where it got ripped in half and somebody set it on fire, so.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't think that happened. I don't think that's
The best
Harry Potter
part.
canon.
No, the best part was when it bit Malfoy because he was being a dummy.
Malfoy, the amazing bouncing ferret.
What?
actually is the best part.
Yeah. When Moody turns him into a ferret and just like throws him in the air a bunch.
That was a good one part too.
I'm a little bit too big of a Harry Potter fan.
I can't say that I'm not either. So there's that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit before your generation, it's fair.
Depends on when you start reading it.
Yeah, the kid who was in special ed for like dyslexia and speech impediment doesn't really like books. Surprising.
That makes sense.
Honestly, I didn't have the speech impediment, but the dyslexia is real, and reading was one of my favorite activities because I could do it at my own pace and fuck everyone else.
Does Chauvin the octopus have a bag, or is it just the shorts?
It's just the jorts.
Okay, so he stole the book, right? So he has a book in his jorts pocket.
In his cargo jorts. Yep.
And his shorts of many holdings.
Yeah.
I thought his inventory like goes into his like chosen form for.
Yeah, I think his chosen form is just the jorts.
Yeah, and well, it was we were kind of debating about it because it gives it up to DM's discretion whether or not you can have all of your stuff transform with you, or just just like whatever actually transforms with you, you know. And I'd actually made a ruling before I'd completely read that portion of it, to be fair, way long back when Cassidy here was playing a druid in the other campaign, and we had to come up with the rings of reasonable size to fix that solution. Of that when you
that's a good solution.
When you transform, that you could still keep your clothes. So technically, that is his backpack, and his clothes are on the ground over here somewhere.
Might want to pick those up.
And that was purely because it can lead to some funny instances, as well as like everything I've ever read. I know I've seen like much earlier instances of it, but the more magic becomes kind of part of a lot of popular media and adult media specifically too, that you get the transformations to be very, very in depth and generally requiring, you know, shredding of your clothes. We were even referencing the Hulk at one point, I think, is a good example. Though.
How does the Hulk always have those shorts on, though?
I don't know.
They're made out of vibranium or some stupid shit.
Are Chauvin's 8-legged khaki shorts made out of vibranium?
More like you know those I forget what they called now. Jeggings. You know that material?
But jeggings aren't really.
They're like stretchy.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna spend that. Yes, that's amazing. I'm very happy.
Khaki jeggings.
Yep, with lots of pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot.
Hello.
Howdy do.
Welcome.
I like how Craig is on the wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I logged onto my Discord a couple times throughout the week, and it looked like Craig was just recording for a week straight. Did that happen?
No, he just wouldn't leave.
Oh, typical.
He has FOMO.
Yeah, guess so.
I was tempted to join the chat by myself and just say things and see if anyone heard it.
Yeah, fuck you, Craig.
Fucking Craig. I don't get it, Craig. When we want you here, you won't stay, and when we don't want you here, you won't leave.
Ooh.
Answer me.
Answer me, you son of a bitch!
Fine. Keep your secrets.
What if he just started talking?
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
I would not be surprised.
I'm gonna say his clothes
Oh.
are like over here.
I got new dice.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm waiting
I'm
on
really fucking excited. So it's not like my dice, or I didn't get them. It was a really late Christmas present. But I don't know if you can hear them.
it.
No.
Oh,
A little bit.
Yeah, I hear that. Are they metal?
I was like really trying, but they're like metallic.
Ooh.
Like hollow.
Those are sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think Johnny has a pair like that because he likes to jingle them every now and again.
Yeah. And then there's a colorful
Oh yeah,
version.
that's like the stuff. Yeah, that is like that. His whole one set is, I think. It's
Yeah.
pretty though.
They're
Like that.
very pleasant to play with.
Well,
If you just hear jingling, it's Mariel's, hands in her pockets playing with coins.
Come on.
coins. Coins. I did want to do that at some point. We were just recanting a little bit about the jorts that Chauvin's wearing before you got here, and of where you guys are at, if you remember.
Okay. I feel like there needs to be a level of hell that's just like accounting.
Yeah.
Like, there's just like a bunch of people with coins, and they're like, and there's lines, and it's like all the worst parts of everything.
Hello, Popper.
Oh,
She found the tennis ball on her walk, and she's just like parading around like it's the best thing that's ever happened to her.
It is the best thing that's ever happened
thank you.
since
Yes.
yesterday. Yeah, Bella finds them. So I got Bella a pack of 18 tennis balls for Christmas. But we live close to these tennis courts, and so she like finds random tennis balls around there all the time. So we have plus or minus 20 tennis balls in our house at all times.
Keeps on giving. Yeah, she doesn't play with it the right way. She like flosses.
She's gonna tear it apart.
Yeah. It's really gross. And then there's pieces of tennis ball all over everywhere because I can't get her normal toys because she's so destructive.
My favorite thing that I've found for Bella is, here, I'll show you. They're called yak bones, or like these yak chews. Yeah, so like I know multiple people that give these to their dogs. Usually like they gnaw on them, like they gnaw on a bone, right? So like they slowly chisel it away, like they chisel the sides down. Bella's bite is so strong that she just like breaks pieces off. She'll bite into this and like break a whole chunk off, and then just like sit there and chew it, and like so she like devours this. She doesn't just like gnaw on it. So the destructive teeth are a thing. I get that.
Yeah, I give Iris those too. Do you ever put it in the microwave?
Yeah, when it gets so small, like that she has a hard time, like she can't hold it up and eat it anymore. Yes,
Yeah, and it turns into a Cheeto.
A Cheeto! Yeah, it's amazing. I want that for me.
I know.
Yeah, just like slowly gnawing. You're at work and you're just like slowly gnawing on a bone because you have like anxiety habits.
Yeah, and it's cheese.
Yeah.
It's not a bone, it's cheese, yeah.
Cheese flavored.
I would love that.
It's a cheese rind. Guys, we've come up with something. We need to... It's like leftover cheese rinds that you just kind of like compact. And so you just like gnaw on like little cheese rinds.
That's awesome.
That would be wonderful. It's like a jawbreaker, but better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks
And
like
that's the slogan.
Flint and Ash are running a little bit farther behind. I can at least lead into that, Warren, of the people that are left to tell their story, you were the only one here today.
Okay.
Because I don't think Warren's got to tell one period yet to get the inspiration, so here's your chance. The story of your first kiss is the topic.
Every time I touch, I get this feeling.
What if they haven't had their first kiss, Josh?
It can be the story of how they have not gotten a first kiss yet.
Okay. Because I don't know how Mame would answer that question. That would be a rough prompt. I'm glad it's not me. Although I want the inspiration die, I'm glad that's not me for this prompt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured it would get you thinking a little bit about, like, what that time, like those parts of your life that you're probably trying to ignore for it while you're trying to game. But
all little teenager characters.
Yeah, there was a suggestion for a game I seen on Twitter that I thought sounded pretty awesome. Is if you started off and you weren't any of your classes at first yet, but instead you're aspiring to be said class in one way or the other, and you're going through that character, that small little character, as you're learning to be that level 1, if you would. So it'd be like when you're a child and trying to learn how to do all those things that you should be able to do at level 1. But it was more of just a theory, and they didn't have any actual like reference material or anything like that. But it sounded like a fun game I'd play.
Yeah.
There's another one that I really want to do whenever I get back to like having a life. Is I really it's the DM creates pages for everyone and like characters for everyone, and then you have to find out who you are by like asking questions and like getting context from the DM. So I'd be like, so, I cast a spell here? And I'd say like, yes or no. Like, I don't know. I think this is kind of fun to like figure out like maybe how people react to you or something like that.
Yeah,
and then
I think that'd be
slowly fill out your character sheet.
No, I think that'd be a blast. That'd be very fun. Because there's a lot of structure there. Not that I don't mind not having structure. It's fun too, but it would be cool too. Like you had each person playing in that campaign like come up with 5 character sheets.
Yeah.
And you come up with 5, and like then it's just like a lottery. You just shuffle them and like hand them out randomly.
Yeah. Because it'd even be fun if you were like roll your dexterity saving throw, and then I'd have them roll it, and they'd be like, oh, I got like a 12. And then I'd be like, you can add 3 to that. And so then you'd basically like backtrack the math. You'd be like, oh, okay, so I have a dexterity of like 16.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun.
16 to 18. Yeah.
Hate when I mute
Chauvin
myself.
owes Beckett. Chauvin owes Beckett a story of his greatest mistake.
Yeah, he does. That was Chauvin's prompt, and if he were here tonight, that's what was going to come across. And I was hoping that I could skate by doing that. That's why I was like writing prompts down randomly, and that's just the one that came to me this week. So hope it's not too hard, Warren.
I like these prompts.
Mm-hmm.
Is Nuisance joining us this lovely evening?
No, I think
Gotcha.
they might, but very late. So I would say currently, yeah, it looks like everybody else is just mulling around And Alfred was going to kind of talk a little bit anyways, whether you guys get into the room, because presumably that's what you guys would be doing too, is waiting for him to disarm the traps like he said he would. And he walks into his room and sees you on the table, looks you up and down, and then just mame, and just kind of tries to ignore it and walk around, but it's obvious that he's like trying to hold back almost a scoff or a like, get down from there, but obviously noticing your size as well, and his eyes growing a little large as he walks by.
And Mame's just gonna sees him walks in and just crosses their arms with like a wide stance, just like a bouncer. Mame's just like standing on top of the table like a bouncer, just staring him down, and just like rotates so that they're always facing them head on.
And as Alfred rounds the corner around you, with turning their back to you to just try to ignore that whole situation, also noticing the flames in the corner of my room! And he just waves his hand and it curls up into a ball, and he waves his other hand and opens the door on the other side of the room, and the ball of fire zooms around and goes into the fireplace that's just on the other side of the door. You hear it whoosh.
Oh, so the door's open now.
Yep.
We're not gonna
and
die
he
from
just,
1,000 paper cuts.
He just kind of mumbles under his breath, clicks his fingers, and you presume there was some sort of password there after that. Why did you have to burn it?
It was very bitey.
Now I'll have to go find another one. Talking about the trap book mimic that was attacking. But,
Maybe try something different this time.
Excuse
or maybe,
me?
Try to get creative. A disaster's sometimes an opportunity to go in a new direction.
Well, perhaps. And he just walks over here, touches his hand to the bookshelf, and sprinkles some dust on it, and mends the bookshelf back to where it was, though. And the ripped book, though, still lays charred and burnt down at the bottom, where presumably was the mimic. I could probably find another, but down here it's rather hard. If you guys could all get in here and close the door quickly, though, too, it'd be appreciated so that we don't draw the attentions of this level of hell as much. And as he's saying such, too, you do hear some of what you heard before of the gibbering of multiple mouths echoing down the corridor.
So he said that loud enough for us to, hear it out here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mariel's going to ask, who has a key? Do we know who has the cube of knowledge or whatever?
Dodeca Cubagon.
Yeah, that thing.
Griselda holds up her hand.
Okay. So, who has the highest investigation?
Well.
It'd be cool if in
plus
the
0.
campaigns. Yeah, I know. I also have +0. In a campaign, you could view campaign, and then you could see characters.
All of their sheets kind of lined up. That would be nice.
Yeah, or a generic campaign, overall.
Yeah, if you're in the campaign, at least on D&D Beyond, I keep it up all the time just because I can go to each one of your character sheets individually, and it keeps all of your characters right there for me at a touch. but if it were just like under your name where it says level 6, what class and race you are, also just like you're saying, I'm guessing anyways, you mean like your constitution, your, all of that.
I mean, I can go to other people's character sheets. You saying you want a quick guide?
Yep, that's what we're saying.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Mario asked Griselda, can I seek you? I would like to study while we are on this hunt of stuff. And so, Josh, while we're walking around, my thought is that Mariel's trying to study to understand, and can she get, like, can I just kind of keep rolling investigations or intelligence checks, and then slowly maybe build points of, like, understanding maybe how this thing functions? I know we have done investigation checks, and I know we've solved one side, but it's one of those things where Mario wants to kind of keep trying and trying and trying and trying again.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Rubik's Cube. While we're all walking around, she's like Rubik's Cubing.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Kind of the shape and theory behind it, at least, too. So I'm wondering if I made it already, too.
That's a 20! That's a natural 20!
Already? Already?
Yeah! In investigation.
Nice.
Investigation.
You're clicking around with it, and you're slowly sliding the faces around, and you get it back. You had to realize you had to click one side of it off to click another side in, and then you get half of a face solved. And you're like, ugh.
Thanks. I wish, side note, I wish I could get that, like, Scottish accent down, because that'd for sure be my next player. But there's, like, I don't even know if I could repeat what I did. Like, that just comes out.
That
like
only comes out when you get a natural 20.
Yeah, apparently. A natural 20, and, you know, the Scottish side of me apparently appears.
Makes sense to me.
Oi, laddie, you just have to start talking like this.
See, I would consider that a little bit more of an Irish accent.
It is.
Scottish is, like, a little bit more
guttural.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't even do it. I'm trying to, like, think about how I'd do it, but guess I'll have to roll another 20 sometime.
I was trying to go to the D&D Beyond page quickly, but it's not doing it quickly either to see. But I don't see it in Griselda's inventory, but I thought I'd made it. Of the Tetra blah 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 blue. So
the Tetra Weeboo.
I really like that. I want that to be the name of it. The Tetra blah 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 blue.
Holy cow, I'm level 7.
I've been waiting for us to rest for a long time so that I can level up. But we just keep fucking with things instead of
do you guys want to rest?
And Ainz wanders in last, and Alfred walks over to the door and just slaps his hand against seemingly cold stone with no other markings on it, and it closes. That's much more relaxing now. That was an ordeal, wasn't it?
All of that seemed completely unnecessary and avoidable.
Yeah. And he just kind of nods his head and walks into his... You can follow me into my sitting room now. Nothing else should jump out or... unabated. And he just walks over to his chair, sits down, and grabs a book off of the stand. I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna just sit here for a bit to recuperate from that aggressive interactions. He stares into the fire.
Mariel goes and sits by the fireplace, and while he's like saying that, she's already asleep. Because I don't remember the last time our characters have slept. I don't think we've been safe enough to rest.
Not in this part of hell.
I don't even know if I would consider where we are right now safe. Because we just attacked this guy, you know?
Oh. I was wondering where you were going with that, Zolas, because I thought if you were going to say that out loud, he would assure you. This is sort of my own cubby of this level of hell, if you will. It's fairly safe, as places go in hell.
How Mario, how did you find it?
Oh, I've been here for quite some years. I've had to make do with what I can find through the different sources and places. I'd actually found a room just off the side here of the corridors that is relatively secreted away from most of the beings in this level. Hello, Flint.
Oh, sorry we're late.
Oh, you're all good.
It's okay.
We were brewing.
Yeah. I caught that. Yeah. How's it going?
So far so good.
That's good.
There's bubbles. That's a good sign.
That's an excellent sign. Those happy little bubbles. I love those little happy bubbles.
For the nation.
So we'll find out in like 2 to 4 weeks.
Yep.
I would kill for some mead. I love mead.
We're making a blackberry, a mixed berry, and just honey.
Sorry, I'm gonna distract with a mead story. My sister and her husband made mead from her husband's mother has bees, and so she collected the honey, and so she like used the honey from the natural or from their family's bees to make this mead, and the health of the honey was so significant that her bottles, I think 50% of her bottles blew up before she was able to drink them.
Yeah.
Because it was and she didn't add any sugar, she didn't add anything. It was so crazy carbonated that it was just explosive.
I mean, I got organic honey, so.
Gotta get those. Gotta get those bubblers going is all. So it don't.
Yes. We got the bubblers, water, raisins, and yeast. That's it. And honey. Obviously.
Nice.
Because there's those tablet things that we don't have, but the guy said that you can use raisins and the yeast will start eating the raisins until they're big boys to start eating the honey.
Interesting.
After you've went it through the boiling and all that, that makes sense because you gotta get it up to temp before and then let it cool and then you can add the yeast. Yep. It's a fun process. I've been doing it myself. But I could talk about it all day if I don't stop myself. That's why I'm cutting myself off. So what you guys were just experiencing that you didn't actually experience was that after making nice with Alfred, he'd invited you into his, this is actually his sleeping and sitting chambers, and he insisted on closing the door so that the rest of this parts of hell did not get in because there were gibbering mouth sounds coming from the corridor that you must have alerted with all of the hubbub that had happened within the short period of time you guys had known each other. As a wrap up, and he just sat down at his sitting chair. Marietta was asking some questions, and Zolas too, about how safe it actually is in here, since you are still in hell.
Yeah, and I'd say the questions were, or Zolas was asking about the safety, and my questions were more about how he was able to obtain rooms in hell, or if he like magicked them, or it seems like he just stumbled upon them and then was like, put up a little sign that was like, Alfred, like, you know.
That's
so
home sweet home.
That's
fairly
That's fairly appropriate, miss, as it were. But I have used my magics to acquire some of these things and create some of these niceties.
What is this?
It is a bookshelf you're standing in front of, Mame, full of knickknacks and just oddities. A good bit of what looks like, you can see from your angle, as the bookshelf is about 7 foot, so you kind of crane your neck and you can see over the top of it, and see the top is full of just little tiny bones that just littered about.
I'm gonna look over the top and stick my tongue out at Warren.
Sorry. Good.
But cool, tiny bones. All right.
Otherwise, Flint and Ash, you also have free movement at this time, is to be clear.
Where do you sleep?
Oh. Did I hear someone talk about sleeping?
Yeah. That's what we're doing. I was gonna sleep in this chair for this particular night, so I don't feel like making it to
bad
the bed.
for your back.
Oh, this chair is comfy. And he just like lounges into it and it kind of absorbs him.
How old does Alfred look?
He looks perceivably in his 30s, perhaps 40s, what that would translate into a half human tiefling, because I think tieflings live up to like, what, 300 years? I can't remember that one off of my hand either.
Oh, he go wee baby.
He's young.
How old are you?
30. Apparently I'm young too. I don't know.
So Alfred looking delectable, a snack.
I just imagined
why she wanted to save him. But it makes sense now.
When Josh said that he fell asleep in a comfortable chair, I just assumed he was an old man. I don't know. That's just very like grandpa vibes to me.
Rest in my old chair.
Yeah. He put on golf and fell asleep.
He's sitting in front of a crackling fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
90,
the old-timey version of golf.
90 to 150, so not as old as what I was thinking. So still older than humans, but just to put that to rest.
It's great. I'm gonna be the ultimate interrupter. I'm sorry, because where just my head's at. But like, is it crazy to think that like the human age limit has been slowly increasing, and that there's a potential chance that in some point that like 90 to 150 might be a possibility for humans?
Oh, as soon as they like make a like biomechanical heart that is like feasible and like worked out, I'm getting one.
Sure, but this would require people to make good choices in their early lives.
Yes.
Like, between 5 to 25, people are going to have to start making much better choices if they want to make it to 150. And I just don't see that happening.
Well, I thought it was
at least not in the next 200 years. 300 years. I give humanity 500 years to be able to increase their age.
We will not be around that long, I don't think.
Either increase it or extinct.
You said humanity. I wasn't talking about my life.
No, I mean, I don't think humanity will be around that long.
Really? I just want bionic eyes.
That's also the other possibility.
So, okay.
I don't.
I was
yeah, they
wrong.
can.
I thought it was in Japan, but the oldest lady is 122 years old, so not too far off.
Not too far off.
Yeah, we got modern
Yeah,
nurses
tiefling.
now and stuff.
Probably the tiefling.
It happens.
Shoot. So.
I bet she got some stories to tell.
Yeah.
If she can remember them.
Yeah, I mean, 1875 to 1977. Hell yeah.
Jeez.
Wow. That's crazy.
Does anything stand out to me on this bookshelf as interesting, or things that I would care about?
There are some things that stand out to you, but they're all in varying languages. Some of which you know.
I can read all languages.
I remember.
Very cool.
Can you do that just continually, though? I thought that was one of the things that it was a spell, so I was saying just as of right now, you know a good bit of them already, but I'm just asking for my reference here.
All the time.
All the time?
I can read all writing all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
shite.
a backstory, right, Cass?
It's an eldritch invocation, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I get 3 of them. So I have that. I can disguise myself at will without casting a spell slot. Which I haven't done yet, but should start doing every second of every day.
Yeah, you should. Missed opportunity.
Well, tell me what you're looking for then, I guess. What would catch your eye, rather?
Is there anything related to the book that Chauvin has with him?
There were no markings on that book, so it's hard.
Is there anything that looks like that?
Ah, no, there is not.
Okay. It didn't. So, this is just me not being a bad player, not remembering. But he was looking for ways to transform himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there
So
are
are there
some
any-
Chauvin or Alfred?
Alfred.
And there are some books on that, on how one might transfigure themselves permanently without continual, strain on the body and medicine. But most of it is from a medicinal side of things, and that of a doctoral surgical side is what it looks like. Something stuff to do with the interior. So a lot of
Any that look like dark magic shit?
Oh, I mean, to your eyes, they all seem a bit dark. Not just from the lighting in the room, but from the fact that above it is surgery is kind of a last resort, so it's very uncommon to have it be done to oneself, especially by that means and mindset. Is there anything?
I'm just gonna pick one of those at random.
Okay. Just roll a d20.
Ten.
You see on the spine, written when you pull it out, a collection of symbols that at first glance you didn't recognize, but as you look over them again, your eyes kind of reorient them into meaning, to say the reorganization of cells on the inside. You don't know what that entirely means. Cells. You're picturing little tiny people in gel cells when you pull it off the shelf.
I'll pocket it and maybe ask someone about it later.
Okay.
And I guess sit with my back against the wall if everyone looks like they're resting.
I'm
Is
not
that
sure.
what we're doing? Taking a rest?
Taking a long rest.
You guys do hear from outside, it having gotten closer, just this.
Like
They sound so cute. Look, I want to go pet them.
I was gonna say, is that a hyena? Like gibbering
It
by?
does.
You're not sure. You
I've been
ki-
watching Tiger King. Don't tempt me with exotic animals.
Are we all sleeping, or
We should probably have someone on guard just in case.
okay? Because Mariel's fast asleep.
Yeah, Mame is out on this rug in front of the fire.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals and ask Bob if he requires sleep.
in this form, it appears much so. It is. He requires lots of sleep.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna say this out loud, but I really hope Alfred's interest in transmutation is purely for increasing his male parts. I think that's hysterical. Mime is looking, or Mame? Yeah, Mame is looking for books. Or Zolas is looking for books, and it's just like, increasing male genitalia. 101, transmutation. All to shaft.
Apply liberally.
I haven't heard a consensus. I know that the majority has agreed to sleep, but I'm not sure. I'm assuming that Griselda, Ainz, and Alone and Chauvin are all sleeping.
Yeah, they
Yes.
probably are. So,
I shall sleep.
I was gonna say, should we take turns keeping watch?
We can, but if something were to like sneak up on us right now, I would not be much use because I've wasted all of my spells trying to keep Chauvin and Dean Beckett in line. So,
All right, I've got a couple spell slots left. I'll take first watch.
okay, appreciated.
As Dean hears this, he slinks off into a corner now, kind of buzzed, and sits down. The alcohol he had consumed giving him a much more somber tone.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Dean until I fall asleep.
Yes, watch him.
No, one eye open.
We have to watch out more for our party than other people.
It is the evil campaign.
Yep, evil campaign.
So are you guys setting up a watch, taking turns?
Yeah, I'll take first watch. Who wants to go after me?
Mariel's fast asleep, so.
All right, Mario can take second watch.
You can wake
He's
her
gonna
up.
get a rude awakening.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whoever you wake up takes second watch.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
You.
Mame, do you want to take third watch?
I am asleep.
Okay.
So Ash, it sounds like you get first watch, and then whoever you want to wake up is second watch. So,
Okay.
And that first watch is only probably about an hour or so, with everybody being on their respective corners. It seems like Chauvin having gathered his clothes to put back onto.
No more 8-legged cargo shorts.
Yes. Ah, shite.
Does everyone in this world wear clothes? Is that a dumb question? Do all
I
races
don't
wear
think the
clothes?
elves does.
Yeah, the owl isn't wearing clothes.
Right. As well
New
as
songs.
it is very common, I would say, that druids would not wear clothes because they want to be more in touch with nature.
I'd say Mame is wearing a minimum of clothes.
Yeah.
Bob's naked.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if he never put clothes on again, I don't know who would make a big deal about it.
The judge, yeah.
But what do I know?
So during
That's
your
why we ask questions.
first hour and the first watch, it seems like nothing
Wait.
really of note comes by. What you're gonna say? Wait for Warren.
I was gonna go into my story here.
Hey, yeah, go for it. I was just about to put some glasses on as a token there to remind you that you could do that. So.
So as Warren is sitting there in ashes, keeping first watch, Warren slowly sipping out of his flask. His mind begins to wander back to his past and the things. Most of the names of the places he's been and the people he's met have kind of run together. One too many drinks or one too many shots to the head. Either way, same effect. And he remembers, must have been within the first 3 years that he was on his own, stumbling. He stumbled into a bigger city. Tired of sleeping on haylofts and behind the local taverns. So as he was walking through the city one day, he took a turn into a back alley where he was abruptly stopped by a group of slightly disheveled teenagers about his age.
Heathens.
Yeah, heathens. And the big one started to talk about this is our turf and blah 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 blah. He doesn't really remember one of the wording. He just remembers the big one approaching him and asking for some sort of payment. Warren, not being his first rodeo, with a swift headbutt, promptly broke his nose. As he fell to the ground, crying, Warren said, "You're lucky someone who is, as me, is disinterested in petty squabbles like this. The next one, someone who isn't so disinterested, might do more than break your nose." And as he said this, the big one ran off, and one of the heathens started to chuckle. Girl, short black hair. "Well," she said, "he's not fit for this group." I gave her an inquisitive look, and he's like, "He failed the test that we had laid upon him. Maybe you would like to take his place." And needing a place to stay, I agreed, and we all walked back to their hangout. And over the next few weeks, they taught me things about how to actually pickpocket instead of running the sort of run and gun style I've been using to steal things on my own. And we were practicing for a job, teaching me how to pickpocket with rigged with bells. And over the next few weeks, I learned, and we did a few jobs. And one day, we were playing a big job. And the girl who had originally asked me to join the group said she had something important to tell me, and before I could even turn around, she had kissed me. And we went off to do the job, and things didn't turn out.
Do the job. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
And things didn't go as planned, and I had to quickly leave the city.
never to see her again.
And as Warren is going through some of his old amenities, I guess Ash kicks him in the foot, seeing that he is still awake, to take second shift.
I don't know. It's Ash's decision. Who's she kicking awake?
Yep, I'll kick you awake, ever so lovingly.
Oi, prick!
Hey, you're moving around. You seem pretty awake. You should go out and watch. I'm really tired.
Fine.
I'm just gonna keep leaning up against the bookshelf and like rest while sitting up, and just have Bob just draped over my chest.
Yeah, he's. I was thinking about it again too, because you're like 4 foot something, right? And he's like 4
like
foot
a
long.
cloak.
Yeah, so he like you sit around your neck, but he would like wrap once around your neck, then like once around your bosom, and then like once around your waist.
That's fine. I'll just have a giant snake shirt.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean he's bigger than Nuisance? Because Nuisance could rest on my arm.
Yeah, and Nuisance was, but I assumed as you guys would walk in here, being close with you, he may have, but it was more likely in the situation that the owl would roost somewhere. So I chose the highest point, which is the statue over here.
Oh, yeah.
That Nuisance would probably go over, fly over, and after probably coming in with you on your arm, it would see that and just fly over there to hang out up on top of the statue's head, close to the ceiling. So, you want to roll a perception for me, Warren? And you now have your inspiration die, FYI. So, use it as you will. Great story, by the way.
Thank you. Natural 20.
He is very awake and alert.
So you, having been kicked awake and wanting to figure that as quickly as possible, you kind of look around at the room and kind of assert what's going on with your companions, and see some of them shifting around in their sleep as well, not getting as nearly as good a sleep as they could, but that the gibbering sounds that you'd heard be coming closer seem to fade in the next hour as you're sitting there waiting for the time to pass, and the fire is crackling down in the fireplace as Alfred's has lowered his book and is obviously sleeping as well, heavy breathing.
I walk over to the fireplace, and is there like some like logs I could add to the fire?
It looks like just off to the just underneath of the hearth that seems to be all of stone, there's a decent store of logs there.
I grab a log and throw it on the fire.
Sparks fly off, and swirl up into the chimney. You're not really sure where because you're underground, so doesn't. Just sitting there contemplating that as you realize that an hour's definitely passed.
I start to walk back to the little corner I had picked out and kick Flint as I walk by him.
Yeah.
Your turn to keep watch.
I guess as I rub the crusts out of my eyes, tighten up my boot straps. Oh shit. Just walk up next to the fire. Get warm, because even though we're in hell, I imagine this stone room's kind of cold other than around the fire.
It has been relatively cold through this portion of hell, in a not cold enough to kill you, but cold enough that it sinks in and is annoying. So the fire does warm your bones quite nicely.
I guess I'll just stare into the fire, get lost in my own thoughts.
Roll a perception for me.
My dog just ate an entire tennis ball. It's gone.
Nice.
Green
I
Pooch.
feel like I should be worried about this, right?
Yeah. Fine. Tennis balls are totally part of the diet.
Oh, yeah.
I picked up a bunch of pieces, but there's definitely a lot of it just like consumed.
MIA.
Totally consumed.
Insane.
Tennis balls are a form of fiber, right?
I hope she gets some nutrients out of it.
$19. These
Yeah.
are this is definitely an improvement from last session on this campaign, I have
Right.
to say. So you are just staring off into the fire, and you notice specifically two Mariolas and Mame beside you who are stone dead asleep. So it's evident when Alfred stirs a little bit and twitches and his hands move, and in the flames you see some pictures just move across it as if it were just a horse running through a rainy night. You're like, what the fuck? And that was it. You can tell it might have been Alfred's movement because he twitches one more time, and some other pictures you can't quite tell, but they're definitely not just the flames flickering in your perspective. But you know now, too, that the hour is coming up for the next watch. Next, and that's 1, 2, 3, the next and final watch as the nights go on Tarth, anyways.
Is Alfred asleep?
It appears so. Yes, he's breathing deeply, and his book is askew in his lap. Almost fell to the floor with one of the larger twitches you'd seen.
Okay, as I go to wake up Mame for her watch, I'm gonna kind of elbow his hand and look over my shoulder to the fire to see if I noticed anything. Wait, so did I noticed him moving his hands and the flame changing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you just kind of walk past him and elbow him, you say?
Yeah, just a light little nudge on his hand to see if I see the flames change. Nothing to wake him up, just like enough to make his hand like fall off the rest onto his lap.
Somehow notices your touch as soon as your hand brushes against him, and he's like, oh, that was a...
Oh. Sorry about that, good sir. Just walking past to wake up another companion.
Oh, I understand. It's never quite so peaceful asleep down here, if you can't tell. I think it has something to do with just being in fucking hell.
Hi, every day of my life.
Well, that sucks. I think I might have a tea for you. I'd have to go to my laboratory, but I think we ought to wait at least another hour or so. And also, I just kind of want to get back to sleep for a second, if you don't mind. He kind of lays his head back.
Later. And I nudge Mame. You're up, man.
Boo.
Perch back up against the little wall. Right there, sit back down and pull my hat over my eyes and rest away.
So I guess Mame is gonna sit up in an attempt to not fall asleep again. You know, not that anything bad's gonna happen. Just, you know, holds their axe across their lap and stares at the fire.
If you wouldn't mind, roll me a perception.
This is... oh fuck. Did it come? Ooh. 16.
No.
No.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't come up.
Oh, that did. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever works. You're staring into the fire, you said as well, so shadows are playing across the room, mostly behind you, because you're intent on watching the flames, and the rest of your companions, you hear some of them snoring off in the distance, or right next to you, Mariel. But Alfred himself as well is seeming to have gone back into a restful slumber. But otherwise, it's a peaceful hour for you. Didn't notice anything else.
Cool. I look around because I'm not sure who I'm supposed to wake up next, but I want to go back to sleep real bad.
You know that it's getting close to the end of the watches as well, that there is... You could technically wake up...
loud that I can bang on?
Yeah.
I have no. Yeah, I have a plate.
Table next to you, you notice as well, is of a steel and or metal of sorts.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take my axe. I'm just gonna, with the flat side of it, I'm just gonna bang it on this, like a toddler with a wooden spoon and a pot. New Year's Eve. I'm just gonna bang on it and be like, "Good morning! Welcome to the first day of the rest of your lives!"
I didn't poop, you pooped.
No. Well, we do have a poop pocket.
Warren stands up and says, well, lives might be a general term. We are in hell right now.
Yeah, I think. Trying to think if Mariel would go for attack. If I got woken up by extremely loud noises, I think Mariel would. I guess she'd just prepare for an attack.
Oh. Attack someone.
Well, she jumps up, right, and it's just and then it's grabbing her hammer and it's going to swing, but then looks around and kind of just does one of those and then puts it back, where you just kind of not swing all the way, but you do one of those half-ass swings.
You try to play it off as if you're stretching for the morning.
Yeah, something like that.
Is Alfred awake?
Stands up and stretches. Oh. Well, haven't woken up like that in a while. Normally I just kind of sleep away the days as I can. Pulls out a piece of the mushroom that he'd been collecting from a pocket apparently, and just snaps his fingers and it lights, and he just breathes it in. There we go. I'm awake. What's going on, guys? Oh.
Go from here. We're trying to find.
Yeah.
We're trying to help Loki, right?
Yeah, we're trying to find a way to free him.
Oh yeah.
Alfred, do you have any advice on this?
The only thing that I'd cotton on to from that, I know we talked a little bit about it earlier, was that there are these sandstone formations, and I'd been able to find one, maybe two of them throughout the passages before I just kind of gave up and lent into my comforts here, just is far more comfortable than I was living above at the very least, so, and try to find a way back up there besides that. In the meantime, that I would be accepted. So that's really whenever you got near those sandstone formations, there were some things you had to do, not always clear, but I'd at least figured out one, and I only knew of it because as I'd figured it out, I'd gone back to Loki, and he'd said there had been a moment where one of his shackles had been released for a time, but it had reformed by the time I'd gotten back, since I had not gotten all of the others, apparently. I don't really know the whole story, as it were, as I was telling you.
This sounds complicated.
Yeah, that's kind of why I gave up on it, to be honest. Might be
So it
better
sounds
off
like Go ahead.
just figuring out a way to the next level of hell that you guys were talking about. I don't know.
Sounds like we need to locate each of the formations and then, I guess, split ourselves up and try to activate them all at the same time.
If we're committed to this.
Are we not? I thought he crushed Muriel's flower. That made us committed.
I don't think we knew. We don't know about that.
Oh, that's right.
That was a very personal moment between the two of them.
Yes, I believe we are absolutely committed. So I want to roll a persuasion. And I will give you my speech, but I want to roll a persuasion.
Roll.
Excuse me.
Can I help persuade her by using thaumaturgy to play a rousing, a rousing beat behind her soliloquy?
I wouldn't say no. Is that with your bonuses, 19?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
Because I know that cloak is pretty awesome.
Because your girl got persuasion.
Yeah.
Ah, so do I.
So, what accompanies that 19?
Can I roll too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for the... I expect you to actually act out the music, Solus.
While you're talking?
Yeah.
Or maybe
I'm
before.
gonna play like the graduation song in the background. I got a 26 though.
Oh, dang, nice.
Wow. So the music really helps.
It's just like inspiring. It's inspiring confidence in what we're gonna do from here on out.
I definitely imagine more of like the war music.
Same.
But you guys know this guy! Slowly building. Okay, so Mariel said, I definitely... let me find the accent. Kind of went real different there.
Just still waking up.
She comes out with, I don't know what's going on with my accents today, but they're just all over the place. Okay, I'm Mariel. Okay. We definitely want to help this and do this because Loki is God and God can help us get out of shithole. So like pretty important.
Dean Grafton says, "Did we ever ask how Loki got to hell?"
We knew, based off of history.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a common legend.
Yeah. I mean, he's like god of mischief, but, you know, we're also in the campaign of evil, so are we really questioning, like, people's motivations now?
No, I was just wondering if, like, we knew, like, exactly where he was stood upon as, like, God. Quotation marks.
And from
I
the
have no motivations.
from the rousing speech that Mariel had brought, as well as Zolas's thaumaturgy to
Yes.
Yes.
you guys are feeling the pull towards trying to, for different reasons, to help this god. Warren, perhaps maybe yours is more of, what can he can probably get me something that'd be pretty useful at the very least.
Okay.
I was gonna say, would his character actually be like aware of the legend of Loki?
I
feel
imagine I have passed through enough small towns and circles of different people to have picked up at least some of the stories.
Yep.
I am a wanderer, if that doesn't, for those who don't know.
You are a what?
Wanderer. Kind of just roam around place to place.
Different than a. Oh, what is they called?
A hobo?
No, there's a backstory. Yeah, I'm totally forgetting. I'm
I
totally
think of the background Far Traveler.
Outlander.
Outlander. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Hello, by the way, Merlin.
Hello, I'm here. I have arrived.
Hola.
We took a long rest.
Yes, you took a long
Yeah.
rest. So-
I just went from level 1 to level 3.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So,
Maybe we knock you out by a slap next time.
Right? I'm no longer quite so glass cannony.
mm-hmm. And I played it that you found the highest point in the room to find and perch, just so you knew you're sitting on top of a statue's head.
Perfect.
Inside
Absolutely perfect.
inside of Alfred's sitting room. It's where
Is everybody with me, or have they moved on?
everyone is here. Everyone is just waking up from a long rest as well. They are all kind of rubbing their eyes and stretching.
Perfect. I
Other
like my
than-
new icon.
Other than thanks, yeah, I found it on Google. Other than Mame, who had just banged a steel metal table to wake everyone up with their axe. So everyone else is waking up, but
Oh, there's a chair. I'll perch on the top of the chair.
Hmm.
I flutter over to the chair.
okay.
I exclaim loudly to everyone, "What are we doing for breakfast?"
I
Your
look at the
mom.
snake.
Sorry.
Wait, did you say you look at the snake?
I did.
Yes. I'm gonna say that Bob like pokes his head up and try to gives you this like evil little stare. Oh, and
Bob's
apparently I was unaware of this, but Bob the snake is 4 feet long.
Oh, I thought
I
maybe
am
longer
4
than that,
feet
but
tall,
okay.
by the way.
Bob is a skull that is currently in the body of a troll that is currently polymorphed into a snake.
Bob is an ancient being with lots of knowledge and is one of our greatest resources navigating hell.
And
Yeah.
can't speak now.
Bob was locked in a room when we found him, so
I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Does Alfred look at this 4-foot snake with envy? By chance?
Good
No.
daddy.
It's more of like a guarded like curiosity now. His eyes had kind of enlarged and he's looking around the chair, looking Ash up and down, and definitely not in a sexual way this time, you can tell Ash.
This time.
I'm just gonna give him a grin. Look, yeah, you like my snake?
So where did you acquire such a being?
The chains
basement. Sorry.
I'm gonna say the chains around Loki gifted him to me.
That's not something those chains... Oh, was that one of your companions?
He's still one of our companions, don't worry.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously they were in another form before the snake is what I was getting at. And that's where I see. Okay, I'm with you now. But wait, you said he was a skull before.
He's a skull that is currently inhabiting the body of a troll who is currently polymorphed into a snake.
Yeah, his skull is still hanging from my belt as of right now.
Before that, we don't know what he was, but...
Pervert, I think.
I was going to say, he is quite horny, baby.
He was. He was. He's the reason my tummy's upset.
Actually, if you wouldn't mind, roll a constitution for me, Ash, now that you say.
Wait, your baby daddy is a snake that is wrapped around your shoulders. Wait, I missed that somehow.
Yeah, yes.
I'm here for this family drama. Fuck, this is us. Like,
I know.
I
didn't realize that
18.
I didn't realize that Bob was the dad.
So you get a major hankering for some breakfast foods right now. It was brought up, and now you're just really craving, weirdly, like some bacon and eggs with like a massive side of green peppers and sausage.
I assure you that Nuisance is craving none of those things.
And you look down, Ash, and you'd see that the bump has sizably increased to your notice. You're worried that anyone else would notice.
You said nobody else would notice?
You're worried at this point that somebody else might notice, is what I'd said.
Well, how does that look under my leather dress?
There's probably whereas before it was, like I'd said, more of like you'd eaten a food baby, but now it's more of like you're getting probably, there's a little lump where your stomach, almost flat stomach previously before the bump started growing, is now.
I'm just gonna pull one of Bob's coils down to just kind of hover over top of it. So that,
make himself useful.
Yeah, like, here, hide this. This is your fucking fault, Bob.
It does not. He complies easily. Easily enough. But Alfred goes on to answer the aforementioned question of what's for breakfast of... Oh, well, we are in the plane of gluttony, so food is one of the hardest things to come by here. I've sort of had to rely on a backdoor service from Hooch and Pooch. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them.
Got all Hooch and
Oh
Pooch.
my gosh.
I mean, I've had backdoor service from Hooch and Pooch before, but it meant something very different, I think.
I wasn't gonna make the joke, but thanks for going.
We should go to that Hooch and Pooch next.
I thought the bar
Wait,
was
can you
just
get? Wait, can we get to Hooch and Pooch from here? Do you know how to get there from here?
Not so much. I have in my laboratory, though, a whistle bequeathed to me from an individual who had been in the Thieves Guild and met their demise, but otherwise done well in this level of hell. And gave me this whistle, which summons one of Hooch and Pooch's delivery pooches. All you have to do is think of the food and or meal that you want before blowing upon the whistle.
Wait, for realsies? This is like Uber from Hooch and Pooch?
Hell yes.
Postmates, some medieval food.
Medieval food was fun and wacky and not topped by anything until the 1950s through 70s in the United States. Aspic. That's all I have to say. Aspic.
I don't know that one. I know they love stuffing animals inside of other animals.
They did love stuffing animals inside of other animals. Aspic is gelatinous, cartilage. No, what's the word? Starts with a C. The soft stuff that baby skeletons are made out of.
Cartilage.
Cartilaginous fat that has been rendered down until it is the consistency of Jello. In fact, it is where they got the idea.
Yeah.
Mm.
Savory jelly made with meat stock.
Yeah.
Oh.
They also, this is more of a Roman thing, but they would also do things like take a peacock and very carefully deskin it with all of the feathers attached, cook the meat, and then stuff it back in the peacock skin and sew it up so that they could serve it as if it was alive.
Oh.
And then they would save the peacock skin with all of the feathers and use it again in later meals.
Totally sanitary. God,
Great way to get
sick were these
botulism.
people. Right?
I would probably try any of that once.
I'm with you.
Only once, though.
I'm with you. I did go.
I will. Good.
I was just gonna say I did get to go to a medieval rendition in London at one point. That was pretty fun. But what were you gonna say?
I was just going to say I was going to look up the article I found when I was researching feasts for my Pendragon game about weird medieval food.
There are quite a good bit. I personally enjoy the fact that most people ate with their hands for a very long time before they thought silverware was civilized.
No, so they had silverware at the time, is the deal. But it was only spoons and knives.
Yeah.
And the host didn't provide them. You had a servant standing behind you who had your spoon and your knife. Your knife was just your dagger. And would pass it to you when you needed it to. Everything else you ate with your hands. It wasn't until the Italians invented forks in like the 15th century, I want to say.
Yeah.
I could be wrong about that.
It's around that age.
It started to become a thing, and the Catholic Church railed against forks as satanic.
Oh no!
The Pope literally said, "God has given us forks on the ends of our hands."
Yeah, I remember that comment, actually. That was a good one. I was like, I guess they're not wrong, but like... That's messed up.
I take that as the Pope saying that God has given us hands to stab people with them.
I guess. Yeah. In a roundabout
Totally
way.
what the Pope meant. I mean, to be fair, there are plenty of ecumenicals where the Pope did say that. Right?
The
Roman Catholicism is not a pacifist religion.
That's for sure.
I don't think
Is that where the term forking each other came from?
Boing.
Oh.
I have a
Also,
question.
good.
What did they think of sporks when those came out?
Well, since I consider sporks to be the queerest of the utensils, and the current Pope, the like super liberal Lala Pope, did say in a speech that I had as much power to destroy society as the nuclear bomb, because I'm trans. I think that tells you.
Oh, you are a weapon!
Do you feel powerful?
I do. Transphobia has never made me feel more powerful.
I'm gonna market it. Label it, bottle it, sell it.
Also, since I seem to have instigated the massive tangent in the middle of the D&D game, because I'm that kind of servant submissive, the introduction of the fork completely changed service and etiquette in Europe. Service à la française, most familiar to us through variations like family style and buffet, it's pretty close to medieval etiquette and service, but not entirely the same. And if it wasn't for the Italians introducing the satanic fork, we would never have developed service à l'anglaise, which is what you see in Downton Abbey, or eventually service à la russe, which was what we use in restaurants, and I'll stop.
Goddamn forks. Evil!
Gonna be forking me.
Is this why my forks keep going missing in my house? We have like half the number of forks that we started with.
It's
Blame the
because
Pope.
God didn't want you to have forks.
Damn it!
That's because spoons are holy and forks are evil.
I actually really want to write up the Angel of Forks in my favorite Angel and Demon role-playing game, actually.
Wait, why did Alfred cast Enlarge?
He walks
Oh,
over to
boing.
the mantle, and you noticed before a slightly shriveled-looking apple, and he says, "I'd been saving this, actually, specifically in case I were ever to get guests, as my mother had taught me well." And grabs it and casts Enlarge on it, and it becomes twice its size, and he slices it proportionally to have each person have an equal bite, and he goes and sets it on a plate next to the dwindling fire to let it warm up, and he starts rummaging through a cabinet and pulling out a half loaf of bread that you're not quite sure if it's stale or not, because it looked pretty solid as he's slicing it in front of you next to the plate. But I've been able to keep some wares to the side for those that might come passing through.
I have a question. Does Alfred have mice gnawing on this food?
No.
Damn, I was hungry.
There does, while you're sitting on top of the back of the chair, appear to be something lurking under the bookshelf. Catch your
Whoop.
eye.
Swoop! I catch it.
Roll an unarmed strike.
Lovely dice that my sweetie gave me.
And Alfred just kind of lays the plates out and takes a single slice of bread and an apple, and is munching on them both. But please eat. If
14.
you would like, I can order something in, as I was saying.
I would definitely take an order if you're willing to place one.
Please.
Same.
Food.
Ash says
And alcohol.
lightness, just like petting her snake's head.
Food and breakfast beer.
If I remember, Hooch and Pooch had a very pleasant mead.
That they do.
Yeah, I want some of that.
Hi.
The Udder place?
No, that was Sphincter. I think, miss, you're thinking of Sphincter? They have
Oh my
rather...
God.
Yeah, no, Hooch and Pooch was a high quality establishment. They had musicians and entertainment.
Okay.
Well, Sphincter was much more of a back.
No creepy creatures in the kitchen that we had to clear out.
I think there was just a real shitty environment.
If you wouldn't mind, Nuisance rolling damage.
Well, I have the claw blades, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
My damage for the claw blades is a d4, because I am a lover, not a fighter.
And you grasp the rat as you fly through, breaking its neck and ripping its head off, dropping it to the ground.
Yeah,
And
3 damage.
You're it is dead in front of you. You have a fairly nice sized meal.
Yeah, I carry it back to the top of the chair and just start gnawing on it on top of the chair.
The whistle. He looks over at you, Nuisance, as you land on the back of his chair, kind of like, is over in my laboratories, as I was saying, and we can get there now, as it's. I would guess that most things have dissipated in the time that we took resting, or at least if they're around, you can dispatch them post haste. I'm sure. But yes, if we would like to go that way, I can show you the way. And he grabs another slice of bread and another slice of apple, since no one else seems to be taking it. It starts munching away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll grab a slice of apple.
Same
Yeah, I'm going to come over and take a large chunk of bread and the equivalent of an apple.
You guys feel your hunger abate slightly. That's something that I've been doing, nuisance. So just so you're aware, is if you don't eat in a regular day period, I will bring that up. But
that makes sense. Exhaustion and the like. There's even, I think, rules for it in the DMG.
Exhaustion there is. I don't know if it is necessarily eating per se, but I know exhaustion if you didn't sleep.
That's what I'm saying, is I seem to recall that there's starvation, dehydration rules that involve exhaustion in that section. I can look it up if you like.
If you're so inclined. But Alfred, having seen everybody finish off what he'd been able to scrounge up, walks out into the main chamber that you guys had entered in, where Chauvin, Griselda, and Ines are still sleeping, it seems like, having ignored Mame's clamoring, it seems, because of the door being closed. He opens it, walks through, and comes to the wall where he'd closed the corridor door, and places his hand on the stone again, opening that door, and just so that he peers out and he goes, the coast does appear clear. You just have to be careful in these areas because of the fact that we are in the part of hell that punishes basically eating and the sensory objects. So if there are any noises or such, it draws this portions of hell's ire. I've found, at least.
It's cool. I got axes. Don't worry about it.
Oh, are you offering to take the lead then? At least beside me. The corridor is quite wide.
I'll be following you close behind.
Lovely. And he steps out into the corridor, looks left and right. This is probably the shortest way, and he takes a left, walking outside, walking down the corridor next to the wolf statue, and he stops and he goes, because you hear, and he's kind of, oh, it looks like we've got one of those balls of mouths, whatever you want to call them, ahead.
Balls of
Good.
mouth.
I'll fuck it up. Don't worry.
Well, I'll wait right here and see what you're capable of.
What do you usually do when you see the gibbering
Run
mouths
away.
there, Alfred? Run away?
As much as possible, I mean.
Alfred, how did you make it this far?
Yeah.
Magic.
Just by hiding.
Set a bunch of traps.
Wait. Are you gonna teach me some of this magic?
I mean,
I could use some magic.
how good are you at learning?
Well, you know,
Creepy way to phrase that, but
as good as the next barbarian.
So not
Yeah, I don't know how
Got a big
good
brain, big head. That means big brain.
I don't know how well I can teach you there.
or thick skull.
We're gonna learn today.
I like your enthusiasm. I will, it will at least be able to, once we get to my laboratories around the corner here, outfit you with some interesting potions. Not much learning.
What do you know about axes?
Oh, not very much. I can't pick that one up that you're holding, if that gives you any indication.
Right, but do you know any spells to like enhance the axes that I have?
Ooh, well, something. I think I could come up with something.
Okay, we're gonna need it after this.
Ooh, okay.
Wait, where do we have to go
And
once we get out here?
roll initiative.
Are we going left or right? North or south?
Wait. Roll initiative?
Yeah, and 5, 10,
Everybody?
15. Yes, and Mame,
Ooh.
you need
6.
to. Oh, I gotta get on. Come on, Lou.
Oh.
Natural 1.
Ooh.
Great.
I got 20.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw, Mame.
Oh no. I got an 8 for the wisdom saving throw. Man, these are shitty rolls.
Struck
Yeah.
by the mouths that are on the other side. The first one that comes up reminds you, surprisingly, because it is smiling at first before it starts gibbering, of your mother's smile, and you are struck dumb for one. So roll a d8 to determine what you do next when it's your turn. But you are currently
So not right now.
no on a yeah, because it'll tell me. We'll go in order still, but that's what you'll do for your next turn, basically.
Oh, good.
I think I sent it in chat there. No, I didn't yet, because I was waiting for everybody to get their initiatives roll through, so I didn't interject that.
My initiative was a 2. I rolled a nat 1.
We're doing great.
I got a
We're
20.
doing awesome.
Making sure. I don't think I have everybody in the right. Warren is a 4. That showed up right.
You have me too high.
Alone is a 2. Because some of it doesn't update. So some of it updates automatically, so I have to go back through. 6, Mame.
Drop the 1 on Flint and you have me right.
Oh, so you were 7?
Yeah.
8. We did great.
Yeah, what happened?
Morning sickness.
You're welcome.
Gorging
Hey,
ourselves.
I rolled a 20.
We all have morning sickness because Ash.
She swallowed that lump.
Oh.
Hey.
Apparently
If
not.
I had, we wouldn't be here.
Zolas is a 16.
Yep.
Okay. Not here. Mario, did you actually get a 3? Yep.
I'm having a really hard time right now hearing you guys.
That's odd.
It's doing this really, really fun thing where I don't hear you guys talk, and then it has you talk all at once.
Oh.
So it sounds very similar to the gibberish thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like.
Maybe try without video if that helps you.
Yeah, I can do that.
It's definitely an internet thing, because my Discord will do that sometimes too. I know what you're talking about.
Probably some buffering thing or something. Fill up the buffer and then release it all real fast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially. Well,
Yeah.
looks like Ash, you're going first then with a 20.
All right.
Then we've got, I just have Bob going straight after you, and then Zolas with Poop Pocket.
Oh, when does Mame go?
Ooh, after Flint. So.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm kind of just out here. At open target. I could use some
Yeah, I was wondering if I could offer
some
support.
assistance. How far can you move?
30 feet.
Yeah, you can at least come out here so I'm not the only target.
I just realized Alfred is not actually in the initiative
Yeah, he is.
listing. Okay.
We just
It shows up.
can't see him.
No, it shows up stupidly. I just need to change his name overall and not his display name. That should fix it.
Oh.
It might have to take a refresh, but I wouldn't worry about it right now. He's
Yeah.
got a 5. He's a level 11 sorceress that you can see there. Excuse me.
I'm just gonna get right up behind Mame, and I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. Right. What's my range on this? I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion right here, where I'm clicking.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna make like another Mame appear right there.
Ooh.
And like I'm gonna make her just like stand up real tall and like try to get the thing's attention.
To like flex and yell at it.
Yes. Just doing a power pulse and just ah.
Minor illusion doesn't make sound, correct? I don't think so. I just wanted to make.
If you create a sound, its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, beating of drums, or any other sound.
Perfect.
It's just gonna be like a discordant roar that kind of sounds like Mame.
Is Bob doing anything? Or are you done with your turn?
That's gonna be it for my turn.
And Bob?
Yeah, he's just gonna chill on me. He's not gonna do anything this turn.
Okay. And then it'd be Zolas.
Okay. So, Ash just ran over there and was yelling.
I was gonna say you saw me run over there, and then you probably heard a yelling.
Yeah.
But you couldn't exactly see where it's coming from because I casted it around the corner.
And as you step around the corner, you see a Mame standing about here. Another Mame.
Oh. Interesting. All right. I think I can only move that far. So, I'm going to grab my focus, which is around my neck, and going to incantate in Infernal and cast Firebolt, not to be confused with Fireball, at the mouths.
Also, by the way, Ash and Zolas, if you could roll a Constitution for me. Or, that was Wisdom. It was Wisdom. Wisdom saving throw.
Before my turn or after my turn?
On your turn, technically, and I should have asked Ash before the end of her turn, but it was a little late on my part, so I was letting that happen.
I got a natural 20.
Perfect. So,
Dad, I got a 6.
So that whole turn happens still perfectly. You walk up and you see the gibbering mouths and you're like, oh fuck, cast the spell. And Zolas, you walk up and you are looking at the center of this mass of mouths that are just spiraling, it seems like, in on themselves, and you're almost entranced Roll a d8 for me.
Great. 5.
You take no action or bonus action and use all of your movement to move in a random determined direction. So if you could roll a d4 for me.
4.
We will move directly south.
Okay, at least I'm not moving towards it.
That's not the end of your movement, right? You've got the 25 right there or so.
I have 30, so I guess I can move 5 south.
Then that's what you do.
Wow, what a turn.
Proud of you.
Mind-blowing how amazing that turn was.
I accomplished things. Power moves were had. The mouths know where I stand now.
Girl boss like no other.
Fear me, everyone. All right.
Hear me roar.
And Poop Pocket is not going to fly out there on their own. So, Flint, it's your turn.
One more turn first before that. And the ball of amalgamated mass of mouths and occasional eyeball just forward. And then it's Flint's turn.
So, would I hear anything that's going on here?
Like,
would I hear the yelling and the squishing and...
You would hear the yelling and just now the squishing, yes.
Okay.
It was very faint, though.
I just can't see how far down the hallway they are.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow.
So...
You are back here.
Yeah.
Back still in the foyer.
So with that hearing the yelling, I'm just... What is going on? So 5, 10, 15, 20...
What are those with us?
30...
I swear they got into the chocolate again.
And you see...
Oh, I remember when they invented chocolate.
Back in my day, we didn't have eyelids. We just sat and stared at shit till our eyes dried up. And we liked it.
So coming up here, I can't see the blob. I just heard the yelling.
And you can see the form of your friends kind of clogging the end of the hallway here.
In their battle stances.
Mm-hmm.
10, 15, 20, 25. So since I'm not going to be able to attack from here, I can use my action for another 30 feet. Right?
Oh, to run? Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Dash.
So I'm just gonna
the correct terminology.
dash up to here behind Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, what's going on over here?
And you see a second Mame that's standing there yelling at something apparently directly across from it. You see a little bit of gore, it looks like to you, just in front of Mame.
I'll unsheath my sword and be like, damn, it's too early for this. And that'll end my turn.
And Mame, if you could roll a d8 for me.
Yes, I am ready. Blam.
Okay.
Blam is right.
Blam.
You just stand there like, man, I haven't seen my mom in a really long time.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Should call my mom.
Everyone
Maybe
take
not at this
5.
exact moment. But okay, does that mean my turn is sabotaged?
Mm-hmm. Sabotage.
Damn, mothers.
Damn.
I just saw mine last week for 6 days in a row. It was a lot. I love my mom, but it was a lot.
Yeah, eat.
Okay. Anyway, fun times.
All good things.
Absolutely. Alfred takes one step forward slightly towards you, Zolas, and as close to the wall as he possibly can. He's like, "Yeah, you gotta watch getting close to these suckers," and he just throws a. I don't know why he went Australian on me, but
it happens.
Something that can't miss. Nice.
He throws 3. He's like around the corner just with his hands, and he says, "Be free," and into the center mass of it, just these bluish green darts just slam into the center of it that are magical. You can tell.
PC versus NPC, and the rest of us are just hanging around.
I mean, to be fair, that's Nuisance's whole tactic, is to hang around and be spooky and make all the enemies fail.
It's even here? Just way back in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was catching up to everybody, and then suddenly Josh said, "Roll initiative." And I was like, I guess this is where I am now. Okay.
I appreciate the honesty. And then it's Warren's turn.
15, 20, 25. Oh, wait. No, there I go. That's my turn. I walk outside.
You can also dash, is what Flint was talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And you get a good little bit of a view on the... I don't think I was looking at your view earlier. Yeah, you've only got a 30-foot view. That's not right. You are human, right?
Yeah.
I think it was it. I didn't think it was just 30 though.
Seems kind of short.
It is short, I knew. Oh, he is? Warren, you mean?
No, I mean the view. Yeah.
I think it's because you don't have dark vision. Or low light vision.
Wait, is it dark?
It's my guess. I don't know if it's true.
It's misty in here, right?
It is. Come on. I didn't ask for a general. Either way, I would say that you're going to see this at this particular instance, so at least double what you're seeing, because you're seeing relatively short in my opinion. You're seeing the edge of another mame off in the distance, and what looks like something you're familiar with from before, that you'd lowered some puddles of Loki's poop into, and helped with doing such. Then it's are you doing anything from there?
Me? No.
10 feet. Okay. Then it would be Mario's turn. Maybe.
Is the sound better, Sarah?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Is that am I crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I'm 40. Oh, son of... So close.
I'm not crazy, I'm 40. That's a mood.
That is. I am going to prepare a strike because I cannot get close.
If you could roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm gonna resend it to chat so you know what I'm talking about.
She's not very wise.
You also could take the dash action, but I would say also roll a d8 for me at this time.
Ma'am, stop it. That's a 3 from the D8.
You stand there staring at this mass of mouths, and you're just trying to hold back a retch. You're like, what in the fuck is that?
It looks like my mother. Ooh.
Why are we making a point to just... Moms are not... This game is not for moms.
They have a D in daddies. They need a D in moms. That'd be great. I'd listen to that.
One of my favorite trans streamers has the handle D and Daddy Issues.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
He's amazing. You should totally watch his streams.
I don't even need to write the name down because I still remember it.
Transplaner is their primary stream. Transplaner. All trans. Bimpak led. It's really good.
Well, you are just standing there, Mario,
Yep.
and then it's Nusan's turn.
It's my turn. I'm doing things. 1, 2, 3. I'm guessing I can't actually see the gibbering mouther yet because I just see the name.
Mm-hmm.
4, 5. Can I see the gibbering mouther there? Or more importantly, can the gibbering mouther see me there if I land on Warren's head?
Oh, it didn't update on my screen, so I didn't.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't dropped myself yet.
There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20. Nope. It cannot see you, but you can see it.
I think I can go one more. So I'll land between Alfred and Warren. And now it should be able to see me, right?
It does, but you are not within range of that ability currently. So.
That's awesome. That's perfect. So I'm going to land on the ground between Warren and Alfred and glare creepily at the gibbering mouther. Just stare at the gibbering mouther in a way that is as creepy as an owl peeping Tom. Like, it's creep on top of creep.
All right.
Invoking my evil eye invocation, which you did not want to make automatic, as I recall. You wanted to make that a save, though it is written as automatic, and I see why it's written as automatic. You wanted to make it a save, right?
Mm-hmm. Do you remember which save that it was talking about? Because I'm looking at it, and I think I know what I just want to make sure that I...
I think you had said wisdom. Okay. There's a chance you might say charisma, but
I think
in my interpretation, it's less about me creeping the gibbering mouther out and more about me giving the gibbering mouther bad luck. Yeah. So I'd say wisdom.
That's what I was thinking too. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page, like I said. So,
so 18 was the roll.
Mm-hmm.
That well passes. So my action was absolutely wasted. Nonetheless, I will use my bonus action, also on the gibbering mouther, to hex it. Perfect. So I will hexes what components again? So I will peck at the on the ground in front of me at the glass or crystal key, the gemstone key that I carry around with me everywhere, and kind of pull it up so that it's standing between my talons with the whole part on top, like the part you would turn on top, and I will peer one eye through that bit of the key at the gibbering mouther to hex it. And I need to figure out what ability check. Dear party, I don't know your tactics well enough yet. I don't know if this is too metagamey for this campaign. What ability check?
Sorry.
What ability check should I give him disadvantage on? Does it matter for anyone? It's not saving throw, but I can do that whenever I want to once. But ability check. What should I give him?
Oh.
Dexterity.
It makes a certain amount of sense. I'll start with dexterity. He has disadvantage on dexterity ability checks.
Okay.
And that's my turn. That was move, action, and bonus action.
Alrighty.
You sound so fast.
Ash, it be thine turn.
All right, that illusion only lasts 1 minute. So, I think a minute might have passed.
Oh no, it's only been one round. That's like 6 seconds.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Acid Splash at the gibbering mouth.
We have to make that save on every turn, Josh?
Yeah, that's actually what I was just about to ask.
If you are within so many feet, that's all it says.
And can hear. Both of those is what it says.
Within its reach.
Hello, I'm the group rules lawyer. I try to be nice about it.
I didn't catch that actually, Nuisance. Sorry, I was reading.
Oh, I said it's within 20 feet and can hear the gibbering.
Correct.
And then I was making fun of myself for being a rules lawyer.
I got that much of it. I was trying to read for the first part of it, so that's the part that I missed. But yeah. And I try to be above board as much, if you can't tell, with my rolls as possible here. So I don't like...
Okay, so I'm going to cast acid damage on this gibbering mouth. There's no attack roll. It just says you hurl a bubble of acid. Choose 1 or 2 creatures within range. A target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage. But since I am above level 6, I can do 2d6.
Hell, I'll pop my Curse of the Mystic Nettles and give the gibbering mouth a disadvantage on that saving throw.
The dexterity is the saving throw that it needs to make. A dexterity of 14.
And we were talking about the gibbering part of it. If you wanted to roll a wisdom save for me. I know you'd done that once. That was the 20, but we were talking about that. And isn't... Oh,
we gotta roll it at each of our turns?
Incoherently. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise it does normally state on the failure creature reaction until the start of its next turn.
19.
So, perfect. So you're looking at this thing like, I've seen worse.
My mom.
My mom never shuts up.
And
it does not remind you of your mom.
Yeah, I look at it and it gibbers at me and I'm just like, yeah, you're not as noisy as you think you are. And I hurl this green bubbly blob at it. Doing 8 damage unless it makes a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
But it has to do that at disadvantage because it suddenly has really bad luck.
Oh yeah, it smacked it right in the center of its mass there.
Alright, 8 damage total.
Oh, I need to turn that on so you guys get a perspective of that too. But it seems to smack it, and some of the mouths kind of melds shut, it looks like. Lessening the gibbering ever so slightly, but only barely. Were you doing anything else?
I actually am gonna take a step back, just away from the corner. Who's all up in front of me? I know Mame's here.
Mariel is now.
Mariel.
Zolas is. And Poo Pocket.
Can I
Pockets
offer...
are always up front.
They are. So can I give Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action, or is that a main action?
That's a bonus action, I think, isn't it?
I'm looking for it.
I believe it is.
I can look that up too.
Oh yeah, it is. Bardic Inspiration. I'm gonna just look at Zolas and I'm gonna point at her and I'm be like, "You fantastic fucking specimen of a creature! You do your best and you slaughter that bitch!"
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
And what does that offer? A D6? 1d6.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's gonna end my turn. And Bob is also just gonna continue chilling around my whole person and not do anything.
So now we've got Mame, I believe. Nope, Zolas. I lied. I had to bring it back
Do
up.
I get a D6 added to?
So for Bardic Inspiration, as a bonus action, a creature other than yourself that hears you gains inspiration die for 10 minutes. This creature can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Yeah. So you just roll a d6 and add it.
That can be, that can be added after seeing the roll.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. All right. So I need to roll what is it? Wisdom, Josh?
Yes.
Okay. It's another big one. Okay. It's -1. What the fuck? 4.
You want to roll a d6?
D6. Yeah.
If you wanted to add it to it.
Yeah, your Bardic Inspiration.
Well, I got a 1 on the Bardic Inspiration.
So that's a 5.
Yeah.
So again, you use all of your movement to move in a random determined direction. Roll a d4 for me.
Three.
Move your movement as far as you can left.
Okay. I'm in the corner. Why do I have a turtle? Am I slow?
That was the Bardic Inspiration. I was just trying to move something as quick as possible token wise, so you used it, and I'm taking that off now.
This is not my night.
I tried to help, I'm sorry.
I know, thank you. Okay, me and Poop Pocket are just we're doing the cha-cha slide to the left. That's it.
Far to the left.
It's just a hop to the left.
4 hops this time.
Don't forget the step to the right.
Having seen that the illusion hadn't quite is the closest thing to it towards it, I guess. The gibbering mound of mouths forward, but then one of its mouths spits 5, 10, 15 towards Mame, it looks like, in that the other Mame, to the real Mame, and tries to bite towards the fake Mame, making it disappear, I believe, is the...
It has disadvantage. No, it doesn't have disadvantage because I failed. Never mind.
Would the real Mame please stand up?
Please stand up. Please stand up.
If you could roll a dexterity saving throw for me, though, Mame. I think it has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, though, still, because of Hex.
Yeah, that just lasts until Hex ends. But I'm trying to give it disadvantage on attack rolls.
Oh,
with
okay.
Evil Eye.
Okay, I got you. Maybe, Mame? Oh, 15. I see it. Dexterity saving throw. You see it go, and you're like, that's not my mom's mouth. And you take a step to the left. And the glob just in front of you, right where you were at. Then it's Flint's turn.
Right, now that I have an idea of what we're going up against here. 10. I'll do 15 feet. See that thing finally and take aim with my pistol. 16.
That hits. Roll that explosion.
This bloody boom boom.
Because it has disadvantage.
It does not have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh, I thought it did.
No, it has disadvantage on dexterity ability checks.
Oh.
Nuisance is a character of knowing what gives disadvantage to what. So Hex is ability checks, Evil Eye is attack roll or ability check. I don't currently have a saving throw one yet, I think. Oh, Mind Sliver is saving throws.
Right. I do kind of remember that. So it did not dexterity saving throw your explosion. No doubt. That was a nat 1.
Okay, I was going to say it has to be a 12.
Oh, so sorry, it was a 2 minus 1.
It's an extra 8 damage on top of that.
Okay.
So it's 15 altogether.
Nice. And you blow... Go ahead.
I was going to say, with two-handed fighting, since I have my rapier in the other hand, and I have 4 rounds in the mag, can I just shoot it twice for the two-handed fighting? Or is that a no?
I think... Oh, you have 4 rounds in it? I thought we had said you had to reload.
Oh, I figured since I pulled it out of the chest, I would get the 4 rounds that it was. But that's up to you.
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
The wishing chest.
I know.
I have...
And you're... The 4 rounds that it was, that's the part that I wasn't remembering. What are you talking about there?
Yeah, okay. Ignore that. That was bad. Didn't mean that.
For clarity's sake,
there we go.
I do have Curse of the Mystic Nettle, which lets me give disadvantage on a saving throw once per casting of Hex, and I popped it for the acid.
Okay, this doesn't say. But on the sheet, it has attack range, its damage, piercing, weight, gold cost, and its properties is reload 4, misfire 1. So I imagine that would just mean it has 4 rounds.
We should look that up. That might mean it takes 4 rounds to reload.
Which would make sense that it would be 4 rounds to fire. Oh, or like you're saying not rounds in the sense of...
4 bullets in it.
Yeah, as opposed to rounds as in times a round. Because that could be what you're referring to, Merlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking at the firearms rules in the DMG.
Firearms or ranged weapons reload. The weapon can be fired a number of times equal to its reload score. Before you must spend 1 attack or 1 action to reload. The reload score? Where does it tell me the reload score?
He just told you. 4.
Yeah, it's 4.
So you can fire 4 times before, if you have another action. But I would generally say 2 weapon fighting, which we talked about before. It would be the secondary weapon that you're holding, but you have a secondary attack action, which you could use to fire it again. I think we'd gone over that one the last session, though.
Last session I asked, like, since I have 2 of them, but this time I only have 1 out, it's like, can I fire 2 rounds for my two-handed fighting, and then for my second attack, do the two-handed fighting thing again? But you said no, because the two-handed fighting takes my bonus action.
Yes. So it would be your second attack action that you could fire the same weapon twice, if that, to be clear.
Okay.
But if you were up close, you could also strike as your two-handed weapon fighting.
Move 15, 5, 10, 15. So I'll move my other 15, makes that full 30. And get up in this big ugly's face.
If you wouldn't mind, roll me a strength check. And a wisdom check as well. Nice. So you are like, I've been with worse. And you run up to it while it's gibbering at you, and you stand on it, and you're stand on the ground next to it, and you're kind of swaying your hips, and you look down, and you're like, oh, this feels like I'm on a ship. It brings me back.
Okay, so now I'll use my second-handed fighting.
Yep.
To swing with my sword.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Boom. Full damage. Fuck yeah. And now I'll use my second attack. Yeah, I'll just take a shot.
Jaeger, fireball.
That hits.
Oh yeah. There's that. Make my own.
That was what's the dexterity?
I didn't mean to make a melee attack. My phone fell on the keyboard. Sorry.
Looks like you made both a melee and a ranged attack.
Somehow, my hand flew through the air and literally made a ranged attack on my phone, and then my phone hit my laptop.
Wow, you're like a monk or something.
In real life, yes.
So I hit the check, not the save, for that dex.
Oh, you mean for it to make it, though?
No, I'm like right up next to it.
Oh yeah,
so
you
I
are.
can
You
make
are.
it through.
That's true. So
Yes. So I rolled
that's
the
what
wrong
that dex
thing.
was for. I thought it was a dex save.
Yeah, that's what I said. I rolled the wrong thing.
Oh, I got it now.
That
I got
first
it now.
one was a check. This one here was a save.
I'm following you. So yep.
And he has to beat a 12.
Just got a 12 with disadvantage. So I would say he does not make it.
Okay, and that is a...
It
8.
does not have quite a gender. I mean, it's just mouths. Whatever you would assign gender to mouths to be.
The meat wallet.
I mean, if you ask Sigmund Freud, mouths would probably be vaginal and tongues would be phallic.
It's... Then... My brain has broken. It's a frog. Because frogs can choose their gender. Frogs can just be... There are certain frogs that can be one or the other.
I mean, transness is actually really common throughout the animal kingdom, and quite a few animals actually can change their biology in that way. But just note that I referenced Freud, the person who built psychology off of his crack habit and his desire to fuck his mother.
Yeah, I tried.
Like,
if you haven't watched the Netflix show of Freud, don't. It's not worth it. I've tried. It's not good.
No.
But yeah, you basically walk up, you slice off a piece, an extended eye, and you shoot off another mouth that's coming at you to bite. It looks like as you step by, and it's barely hanging on. Just
That'll be my turn.
then it's Mame. Roll a wisdom save with advantage.
Me or Mame?
Mame.
Okay. Mame. 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 Ah.
Flint really
mommy,
likes
she's our Barb. If she can't do it, no one card.
She typed in a 13.
I see that, and she's good. She's good. Oh, I think though, Mame is a they. I think Mame's gender's been technically.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Thank you for the correction.
Because Mame is a big, tall individual with questionable exposed chest and jorts.
Yep. Thank you for the correction. Sorry about that, Mame.
Yeah, you can't tell if she's got a piece of. You can't tell if there's a piece of chipped ham stuck in there, or if she looked like she sat in gum.
Y'all ever see those memes that genderqueer people and NBs post where it's like, what gender are you? And you refuse to answer a couple of times. And it's like, what's in your pants? And you say something like, the destruction of the universe.
Yes.
Like,
my favorite one was Doom. What's in your pants? It's Doom!
Yeah.
I feel like that's literally Mame. Mame's like, my ass. Deal with it, bitch.
I feel like I want to make one now that's like, what's in your pants? The eventual heat death of the universe.
Oh my god!
What's in your pants? Capital One, I think. I think that's what the commercial said, right?
That is also a good one, yes.
We're not hearing you if you're talking, by the way. Mame.
Looks like we've got a couple people muted.
I know she
No, Mame.
and Thea is.
Shit. Okay. Oh
Hey.
wow, I've been talking this whole time.
Oh, no!
So what's a 13 get me?
You're good to go. You do what you do.
Okay, yeah, I made a couple comments about how yes, both Mame and Mime are theys. They're very ambiguous. It's
Perfect.
yeah.
I apologize to them for getting their pronouns wrong.
It's all good. Well, I'm gonna throw some shit. I'm gonna throw my 3 vicious hand axes. And hopefully this goes to the chat. I probably won't. But
So
I
vicious you are.
have 24 to hit.
That hits. No problem.
At least I think that's what that means.
I was trying to load your page as we speak as well.
Yeah, damage.
I know.
24 to hit, and the damage is 6.
That's only for one of them, if I recall correctly.
Oh, do I have to roll it 3 times?
Yes. So essentially, you can
Oh. Sorry.
with these particular axes negate your bonus action, your reaction, and just throw fucking axes.
Ah. Okay, 6, 8, and 8 is what I got.
All right, how you killing this gibbering mouth of masses? Yeah, I said that.
I would act in that porn.
You know, you're just it's like a not drunk person of the drunk party at one of those places where you can drink and throw axes at the wall.
Oh.
So Mame's just...
So are you telling me that Flint has to roll a dex save?
No, so
From the bounce
Mame is
back.
the least drunk person of the party that's drinking.
I got it. So in this particular case, it goes thwap right in the center, thwap right next to it, and then splitting the 2 axes, the third one just lands straight in the center of those first 2, Robin Hood style.
Yeah, 'cause there's not really anything to cut off at this point. Like, I would love to, like, cut a piece off, but it's cool. We can just strike it right in the middle.
Cut me off.
Going for the
please.
jugular.
And it seems to
Proverbial
stop
jugular.
its nuisance sounds of
It seems
just
to stop.
hey.
Me sounds?
And it just lays there bleeding, and you guys are out of combat.
Well, since this is the plane of gluttony, I'm gonna fly over to it and start ripping into it.
Roll a con save.
Con? You mean my -1 saving throw?
Like with your mouth? Like what are you doing to it?
That's what it was.
14. I'm eating it.
That's what I was
Oh.
assuming. You're ripping it apart, and you're like, there's
Bad idea. Oh god. Oh
with your
god.
beak, and you pull an eyeball out, and you're like, this isn't too bad. I mean, I've had some
Eyeballs are delicious. Are you kidding me?
roadkill that was worse.
Probably.
Can I just say that Mame blends in almost perfectly to the background?
I know, right? I was looking at that earlier when I created the second one. I was like, wait, I know I created one. Oh, yeah, it's there. Also, you guys are going back around the corner to see the leftovers of your gelatinous cube still on the ground. So there's just gelatinous pieces dead there. Alfred says, "Ah, you guys made pretty short work of that. Just over here, though. If you follow me right around here," and he slaps his hand right on the side of the stone here and mumbles a couple words under his breath. And
I reluctantly flap over.
see if I can make some doors happen in Astral. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, oh dear.
Everything is a door!
I was like, is that whole wall a door?
Apparently.
Damn.
Apparently. It first creates a door to a door here. So, oh, that worked. Look at that. And
Ooh, there's a book.
you see immediately the same type of stone that was in his sitting room parsed out, and it seems to be of a nicer limestone than the corridor, oddly enough, as well as a
Oh boy.
a stone table with some bits and pieces on it, and bookshelves lining the left side, as and one in the far bottom right corner, but then a pentagram on the just above that, and a work table that he walks straight towards and grabs a whistle off of, and he says, "So, what did you guys want to eat?"
For the record, Newsons isn't really reacting to Alfred at all. I'm just starting the Control F cantrip spamming that I was doing in the other room, starting at the open book on the table and just going clockwise around the room. Just pull out book, do all the Control Fing, pull out next book, do all the Control Fing, etc.
Alfred.
And probably still covered in gibbering mouth or ichor. So
Just getting it everywhere on everything that he lands
probably getting
on.
it everywhere.
Alfred.
And just like frantically searching for any information about whatever it is so wrong with the world that the world had to create fairy to protect itself.
Comments. Is there something wrong with your owl over there?
No, he's totally fine. It's a good owl. Doing what they're meant to do.
I made a friend.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so, what are we placing on this order here? And...
Breadsticks.
I just want a daily special and some... What did they have? They had ale?
Yeah, I want
Is
some
it
of that
the
good
sacrifice
mead.
table?
So,
Yes.
as
Looks like it.
As generous as I like to seem, I'm sorry to say that I do not have a lot in the means of wealth, and well, Hooch and Pooch is probably one of the best bars in hell. So there's that.
I walk over to him and I just pull out like 10 gold coins and just like place it on the table in front of him.
That ought to cover it. And he just blows on the whistle. It's the fastest thing I could do. And a flame appears. He's actually directing it away from everyone else, it appears, the whistle. And a flame appears in a circle, and out of that flame, it kind of... hound appears with a tray on its back with a blank notebook of sorts. So,
Well, that doesn't look familiar at all. Never seen this before.
you just need you needed a instruction manual. That's all.
It's been very worthwhile.
Does he go over and pick up the notebook or anything?
Yeah, he walks over, picks up the notebook, and starts to write bread, and then you can see he looks back up at Mario and kind of writes sticks next to it, question mark.
Bread sticks! Sticks!
Like, you want bread on a stick.
Fish sticks?
Bread dick?
Bread. I want bread. I want the bread.
Okay. I'm sure they'll figure it out. Is there any other things that are on this order?
One of their daily specials and a mug of ale for me. I'll just split it with Bob if he can eat it, I guess.
Yeah,
do I
mead
notice-
and 2 servings of whatever they're having for dinner.
Do I notice
Or whatever.
Ash's baby bump?
I'm
Roll a
covering it
perception.
with snake.
What you gonna
They're
do
just
with all
like
these bumps?
down in the ale. All right.
Yeah, would I be worried about that? Me, Ash.
I don't know.
How much
Are
do you
you
care
Ash?
about your future child?
I'm gonna say that she not that much. It was an unplanned event, and she's just rolling with it because she can't really do much about it.
Warren will take whatever they serve for breakfast and breakfast beer.
Excuse spelling errors. Does fast typing. I knew what I meant.
We'll have a half a baguette. A nice plump sausage. And a tankard of mead.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Nice plump sauce. Yes. Plump sauce, please.
If I'm lucky. Hi.
Is that everyone?
You just hear the flapping of sticky pages from New Sounds.
Oh, gross.
So I'm gonna suggest that we get a couple extra, at least a couple, like another, like extra bread in case anybody in this room needs sustenance. Anybody outside of this room needs sustenance.
Oh yeah, let us have a couple extra loaves of bread to take with us in case we do not have the means to summon our
I think
Uber
I
Eats.
have. Yeah, but I think, well, I don't know if it's in. It must be the other campaign. I have the whistle that does this.
It's this
But
one.
I have
Question.
the tiny chef.
It's also,
yeah.
It's also this
Question.
one. Yeah? What's up, Zulus?
Did we acknowledge the hellhound in the room? Or have we talked about that? Did we see
It
that?
is.
That's what the whistle summoned.
That's our server.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
it is this campaign. So Mame actually has lots of food resources. So not only do I have the instant box chef that I have supplied with ingredients for lots of meals, but I have one of these whistles. I can summon a hellhound that comes with a table and a notebook on its back. So just so you guys know. I didn't know what it did. I summoned it before to help us, and we didn't need it.
They have an app for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty lucky that you stumbled upon that thing. I was...
No, I earned it.
Excuse me. Oh, welcome to my humble abodes. And,
okay, so...
Is that the extent of this order? I think that 10 gold from Ash should cover it.
The paranoid person that Zolas is, does Alfred seem like they're willingly helping us even after we attacked them? Like, can I make an insight check as to like what the vibes are coming off of Alfred? Because like 30 minutes ago, no wait, just kidding, we all slept. So like 8 hours ago we were all attacking each other, and now we're like buddies that are ordering takeout together.
You had shared in a drink together as well.
Okay. So Alfred seems like they're on our side now?
If you want to roll.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll.
Yeah. I think Zolas would be confused, so I will make an insight check. 11, though.
You're questioning your sanity a little bit because of how much you question everything. Because Alfred seems
Me
very
in real life.
amicable.
That's not familiar at all.
In this situation.
What even is sanity? I don't understand.
And he, before, you know, had seemed a little standoffish, but you're guessing you're putting it off now as to have been just cautious, having found random individuals in hell, because he's genuinely happy to have everyone here, because it seems he's very genuine in what he's been saying and his story up to this point.
So remember, guys, it could also be brain damage. We did hit him over the head with a crowbar.
To everyone else, Zolas is like squinty eye staring at Alfred, but also looks like the math meme where like Zolas can't compute why.
Yeah, it could very well. It could just be a concussion. Has anybody like checked his head? Or his pupils dilated?
Oh man, we let him sleep too. Oh, whoops.
But does that complete?
But he seems genuine. That's positive.
Complete our order for this morning here.
He seems very eager to feed us. I don't know what that means, but yes, I think that's it.
We'll feed Bob first. Make sure everything's safe.
Oh, all right. And he just turns around and sets the notebook on the back of the Hellhound, and it nods once to him, and he nods once to it, and it just turns and in flame disappears. It'll probably take a little bit for our order to be complete here. A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded, and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out, and thank you for making it through.